to write your name and your contact on that piece of paper. Okay, ni kama mumeenda mbali sana because Pastor Irene is going to be speaking from here. So please let's fill these spaces here. Yeah, even these ones here in the middle. So those guys completely out there, please come on the inside. This is going to be the setup for the rest of the service. So it would be nice just to be, closer. Awesome. So please make sure that your team has a piece of paper and a pencil. Please, each of you write your name and your contact on that piece of paper, your phone number. Yeah, that looks good. Thank you. All right. So as you're writing your names, please listen to the instructions that will help us in our little groups. So first of all, we are going to keep this group for the rest of the series, okay? So every time we come in, we'll look for each other and sit together in that group. The second thing that we are going to do is we're going to pick 2 leaders for the group. But I want to point out this. Those leaders will only lead, the 2 leaders will only lead for 1 week. So like from today till next Sunday. And then next Sunday, you'll pick 2 other leaders. And then the other Sunday, we'll pick 2 other leaders. So that by the end of the series, everyone will have been a leader. Okay? So as you're writing your names, please volunteer yourself as a leader or be picked or whatever it is, but each team should have 2 leaders. And on that paper, you will indicate by just writing the letter L against the name of the 2 leaders you'll have picked. That's the second instruction. First instruction is that we are going to keep these teams for the rest of the series. The second instruction is that we are going to pick 2 leaders. The third instruction is you will need to find a name for your group. A name for your group. Along the name, you're going to find a chant for your group, whatever it is. A name and a chant for your group, okay? So that one, we can allow you to think through, and maybe by next Sunday, you can have a name. But if you can get a name today, that will be wonderful. So a name and a chant. Oh, yeah. Let's get the name at least today so that we can recognize you by the name of your group. And that name can be in any language, but you at least tell us what that name means. If it's a language that is not common, as in it's not Swahili or English. Okay? And then, finally, do you see how us guys, okay, we think we look really hot in these T-shirts. So I don't know what you think, but we are going to ask you to get a uniform for your team. Yes, it's getting very, very, very intense. So it could be a T-shirt. You can decide we're going to wear maybe orange T-shirts, or whatever it is, there should be something that if we see you in it, we will recognize that this is, for example, Team Simba. Okay? So let me repeat the instructions. 1, these are going to be your teams for the rest of the series. 2, we request that you pick 2 leaders to lead your team this week. 3, you look for a name for your team and a chant. 4, you get a uniform that will represent your group. So I've talked about the forces, the army, the police, they all have uniforms. When we see a man in a uniform, we are able to tell this one is in the Kenya Navy, this one is in the Kenya Army, this one is in the police force, this one is a traffic police officer. We are able to tell. So that's how we want to recognize you guys. So, I forgot. One last thing. You will need to create a WhatsApp group for your little group to be able to communicate. Because we will communicate with the leaders that you have chosen, and these leaders will communicate with you. Okay? Is that clear? Any questions regarding the small groups? Any question? Any comment? Are the instructions clear? Wonderful. So I hope by now you have written your names and your phone numbers, and you have picked your 2 leaders, and you are thinking of a name. We will collect the papers at the end of the service with your name written very beautifully at the top. Thank you, guys.
Actually, what we are going to do is I want to ask the DJ there, play some music in the background as we get a name. We are going to give you 5 minutes to come up with a name. And I'm going to time it. Come up with a name for your group. And please, please, if you're not happy with the group that you're in, please start liking them now. And start bonding with them. You never know who is in that group of yours. Okay? Let's have some music playing in the background as we brainstorm on a name. Only the name are we going to settle for today. The other things, you can come up with them as we go along. Those who are not here today, when they come next Sunday, they will form their own groups, or we will add them to your group. We will add a few people to your groups next Sunday. So come up with a name as the music is playing. Come up with a name, be creative, be original, and write all your names in the group. The names of the people in the group. If you're visiting us for the first time, or you are sure you will not be here the next 4 Sundays, it's good to let your group know so that we know who are the people who are going to be in this group. There will be a lot of competition throughout. So be creative, because today we will give you marks. At the end of the series, you guys will be amazed by what we will end up doing. So be creative. We have 4 minutes remaining. We have 4 minutes remaining. Three minutes remaining. 3 minutes remaining for you to come up with a name. Let's continue with the music as they come up with the name.
Watch out, God, I tell God. Yeah, watch out, God, I tell God. Yeah, watch out, I tell God. By the way, my name is Chabide. Sawa. I go by the name Chabide. Oh, hey.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
Makofi. Mirasha. Ndio masaa yetu. Makofi. Kuna tu place music ikikuna kuna shona kila kona. Kama kuna raka sana bana ungekuita jana. Madoba ni mob hata hii ni kama bona. Ona vile doba inawabeba kasafina. Talent ya muziki kona skill ya Maradona. David anacheza music soul anapona. Ana. You know, it goes. I go by the name Javide. Oh, hey.
So we are in the last minute. And as the minute is going down, as soon as it's over, I want to hear each group will shout their name and they will tell us who their 2 leaders are. I don't know whether we have a roaming mic that can go around so that we hear every name, or if you need to use this mic, I can use the coded one. So we have 20 seconds to go. So wrap up, finalize, be ready to come up with your name. It's 5, it's 4, it's 3, it's 2, 1, and 0. Let's stop everything now. And so we are going to start with that team there because I had them clapping. Do we have a mic? Give me this mic to be on the coded one. It's on. Okay, so team, tell us the name.
Our group name is called Mwamba.
Mwamba.
Yeah, our 2 leaders are Melvin and Nas.
Who and who?
Melvin and Nas.
Melvin and Nas. Good, Mwamba. Thank you, Mwamba. Let's go to the next group. You can run across so that they are not... Give that.
Hello. So our group name is Faith Group.
Is
and
what?
Faith Group.
Faith.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And our leaders are Martha and Washington.
Good. Next group. Okay, your group?
Our group is called Papas.
Papas.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And our group leader is Sharon and Emmanuel.
Sharon and Emmanuel. Good job. Next.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Our group name, my name is Yvonne. Our group name is Conquerors. I am a leader, and Bob is a leader as well. Yeah.
So your name is who?
Yvonne.
Okay, Yvonne and Bob.
Yes, Bobby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember what Kipepeo said. The 2 leaders are for this week. Next week, we will pick 2 other leaders. So everybody will get to lead. Okay, next group.
Hello.
Hi.
Our group name is Spears and...
Spears.
Spears.
Yeah,
Spears.
Okay, Spears.
Yeah, and the group leaders are Dylan and Gloria Moini.
Dylan and Gloria. Okay, next. Next group.
My name is Dennis, and our group name is Stallion.
Stallion.
Yes.
Okay, Stallion.
And I'm a leader with Mwangi.
Mwangi and Dennis. Okay. Next group.
Our group name is the Ogwedis.
Ogwede.
Ogwedis, meaning, it's a Luo word, meaning blessing, so we are the OGs. Yeah.
And who are the leaders?
Our leaders is Shanton and Max.
Shanton and? Max. Ogwedi. Okay. Next group.
Our group name is Hikari and
Hikari.
Hikari.
Okay, how do I spell that? H-I?
Hikari.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means light. It's Japanese.
Oh, Japanese for light, Hikari.
So
the leaders are?
The leaders are Jeremy and Maureen.
Jeremy and Maureen. Okay, team number 9. Okay, group number 9.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Our group name is Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Group leader, Sammy and Joy.
Sammy and Joe.
Joy.
Joy. Okay. Is this the
Hello,
last?
everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Our group name is Trend Setters. So we lead, others follow. And our leaders are Mercy and Anthony.
Mercy and who? Anthony.
So, maybe the 2 leaders can just take a screenshot of the paper before I collect it so that you have the names and the contacts. Eh?
Okay, there's one more group at the back.
Yes.
Okay, Sagina and your team.
Our group is called The Container. And
The
our
The Container.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And our leaders are Abba and I. Abba and Sagina.
Abba and Sagina.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, so guys, I know we are starting off and we are kind of starting to warm up. These are your groups every Sunday. When you come, after we do worship, we sit in our circles. You can sit where you're sitting today, or you can be finding a different spot. Every single lesson we will do each week will be practical, and we'll have exercises. And we will be learning something from God's word together. Any questions so far? Okay, so come up with a chant. It could be a dance, it could be a move, it could be whatever you want to come up with. We will be checking every Sunday. So today, we have only done the name, and that's fine. Next Sunday, we'll look at the next thing, and we will keep going like that. So in your groups, we are going to talk about a name. I'm giving you a chance to discuss this and write, I think, keep the pens, Masita, let them keep the papers because we are answering a question, or they can answer from just your minds. So I want you to give us 2 points about what is in a name. That's a question that I want you to answer. What is in a name? As a group, give us an answer. You may want to write it down so that you remember, or one person will tell us. And you're giving us two things that are in a name. Secondly, I want you to tell us what makes people famous. Give us 2 points. This is how we are going to award you marks. If you say something that will be unique, a group does not repeat what you've said, you will get 100 points. If you say something that has already been said by another group, we will give you 50 points. And so we are beginning today to give you marks. So everybody already has 100 points because you have a name and you already have given out your names in a list. So Pastor Ken will be our judge. He will be tallying the points together and he will be writing down which group gets what marks. So again, DJ plays soft music as we discuss what is in a name. Write 2 answers. And then secondly, tell us what makes people famous. Starting now. Each question has 1 minute. So I will give you 2 minutes. And I'm timing this one. So question number 1, answer what is in a name and what makes people famous.
You might think me a speaking tongue, I saw me break it down, fear, understand this simple time. As you can see, already Debo just stand firm, so guess what? Debo is about to get time and say, ha! 13 demon, then 15 admitted. A man with the most I cannot be a victim maker. They may be that the career prohibited maker. They may be that the career prohibited and say, pa! Spiritual taekwondo. What you defeated by the demon, man, me say no. Proclaim Christ and this devil have been no. Proclaim Christ and this devil have been no. Pa! Me no need a 6-pack. Bible and me and then have to be Satan pack. What him put together, nobody can put a pack. What him put together, nobody can put a pack. Shoot Satan, pack. How what we do? Shoot Satan, pack. Cock your gun, shoot Satan.
The first minute is over. Switch to question number 2. What makes people famous? 1 minute.
When one enter into salvation, him get the light cause the way we are God. Sons and the daughter said, the man feel bitter, angel feel better. Them not stand each other, so the way the fight start. How can you be Satan if you not read the Bible daytime? You carry Bible night. The caboclo, remember this. Satan and the Stephen and the cool and between you and the man. There is a big back also. Cock your gun if you finish what you began. Don't ask what one. Devil of Iran. When you see demon, don't intend to pull up the trigger. No matter what, don't let your faith be triggered. Shoot Satan. How what we do? Shoot Satan. Cock your gun. Shoot Satan. Devil of the dead. Shoot Satan. How what we do? Shoot Satan. Cock your gun. Shoot Satan.
10 seconds.
Watch out. Remember, the battle is not for me because 2,000 years ago, Jesus already won it for me. As of Ephesians 6:10, don't. You'll find that the Bible is still.
Okay, time is up. And what we will do is I'm the one who will pick on any name of any group. And then Pastor Ken or Masisa will take the microphone to that group so that we also get to know the groups very well. So we are going to start with Hikari. Tell us what is in a name. Hikari are right where you are. What is in a name? And let's listen so that if they say something, you don't repeat it. Because if you repeat it, you get 50 points. Okay, Hikari, what is in a name? A name has identity. And number 2? What make people, I want 2 answers for question number 1.
Testimony and identity for question 1.
Testimony
and identity.
Okay. That's in a name. Yeah, that's true. And what makes people famous?
Their uniqueness, I think.
Their uniqueness.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear from Stallion. Stallion.
The answer to question number 1. What is in a name? A prophecy.
Okay.
Yeah. So a
Interesting.
prediction of the future.
Yeah.
And blessings behind the name.
Awesome. That's good.
And question number 2, what makes someone famous? Their legacy.
Their legacy. True. Okay, so Pastor Ken, Stallion, and Ikari each have 100 points so far. Okay, let's have trend setters. Trend setters are right here. Yeah? I want us to
Yes.
be aware of which groups are. Uh-huh.
Well, the first one,
Mhm.
we have symbolism.
It's a shows symbolism.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For example, if someone in Kikuyu, if someone's called Nyambura, they were born in
During
the rain.
rain season.
Yeah.
Good. And
The second one is cultural significance.
okay.
For example, name Joel in the Bible means someone was born during prophecy.
Okay.
Something like that.
And what makes people famous?
Nepotism.
Uh-huh.
For example, if someone is famous, maybe, for example, Shalin Ruto, she's famous because her father is famous.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have natural talents.
Talent.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear from the container. Trendsetters have 100 points. They did not repeat anything that was said by Hikari or Stallion. So the rest of the teams be creative. Okay, trendsetter, the container, tell us what is in a name.
So in a name, there is value.
Value.
It has legacy.
Legacy.
And power.
Okay, and what makes people famous?
Controversy.
Controversy.
Money.
And money.
Yes.
Good, 100 points to the container. That's interesting. Let's hear from Hakuna Matata. Let's hear whether there'll be Hakuna Matata. Here.
You guys are called Hakuna Matata? For real?
So what is in a name?
A name we have for communication. Communication.
Communication.
Yes.
Do we agree that in a name there is communication?
Yes.
Communication, yes. Okay, and another one?
Legal functions.
What?
For legal functions.
Legal functions, yes. Ukienda sheria house lazima useme jina yako. Okay, and what makes people famous?
Family. Dynasty.
Family?
Dynasty.
Dynasty?
Then you have extraordinary power, talent.
Hizo ni nyingi unasema. That's enough. You have 100 points. Okay, let's hear from Mwamba. Mwamba kina those ones.
What is in a name? The first one was purpose to calling, and the second one, character.
Character. I like that second one.
And
Okay.
then, what makes one famous? Charisma and decisions, both good and bad.
Perfect. Good answers right there. 100 points for Mwamba. Let's hear from Spears. Spears. That end.
So what is in a name? We went for meaning and purpose, whereby meaning, someone can be named blessing, meaning that person is a blessing to a family or maybe even a group of friends. And the purpose, we went for Jesus, for he was called Emmanuel, which means God with us.
Good. That's good thinking.
Yeah.
And what is what makes people famous?
We went for the answer, the ability to go the extra mile, as we believe this sets that person away from the commoners, and also politics.
Politics.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, then let's have purpose.
For a name, we wrote beauty.
Beauty for
Name.
what's in a name? Beauty, yes.
Yeah, and then for what makes, significance as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and then what makes people famous? We wrote innovations and extravagance.
Good. You guys are so smart. Nobody is repeating anything that has been said. Okay, let's hear from the conquerors. Conquerors.
So our first answer, our answers for what's in a name, for a person or an individual, a name can be a distinguisher, something that makes you special as an individual, as well as a name could be something that identifies you to a group of others. So as you can say, I'm a person in Blitz, it identifies you to the group that is Blitz. What
Correct.
makes someone famous? We decided to have two groups. You can have your own personal identifiers, your luck, your physical attributes. Someone mentioned nepotism, things that make you famous simply because you have them. And then you have other things that make you famous because of how they're gauged by other people, like social media, politicians. When you become an athlete, people who gauge what you can do can make you famous as well.
Awesome. I like the fact that she has explained in many words. So we will still give all those groups 100 points, Ken, because she may have mentioned politicians and other things, but she has an explanation of how. So that's good. Let's have Faith. Faith group. There. Ogwe, these, you're the last ones after them. Oh, geez, you're the last ones. Okay, let's hear from you guys.
Okay, for us is meaning.
Meaning.
Origin, what is their name? Promise and life.
Okay, please say again.
Okay, meaning.
Okay, meaning was said earlier.
Origin.
Origin.
Promise.
Promise.
Life.
Okay. And what makes people famous?
There's appearance. Hard work.
Hard work.
Yes, I think for that.
And appearance. Let's give everybody a hand clap before we hear from the OGs. Let's see whether
Last
they
but
have.
not the least.
So for question one, our answer was manifestation of what you want to manifest in your generation.
Manifestation.
So, yes.
What is
so
in a
if,
name?
like, let's say I want my generation to be very bold. So, like, let's say I'd name my child Jasiri. So that's one. And then the second one, because we are Africans, it traces back our cultural background and also celebrating our roots as Africans. Yeah.
Okay. And what makes people famous?
Our answer is the net worth of someone.
Net worth.
Yes, because you can
Huh? Akinyi container. Wacheni waseme. I could use the word money. You're containing your answers. Okay. Net worth and what else?
And the position.
Position. Actually, nobody said position, so you're correct. Okay, let's appreciate every group. Those answers, I want you to keep them at the back of your mind because we will be making the chant. And in the chant, we said, what is our target? Ala, si utufanyishe hiyo chant tena.
Ni kama tumesahau. Oh, amkukuwa mna expect. Okay, who are we? Who are we? Who is our commander? What are we called to do? What is our target?
A name. Hold that mic for me.
Just a minute. So please take a screenshot of your answers because I'm going to come around collecting now those papers. Thank you.
Thank you. So a name. Did you know that each one of us here has a unique name? Even if you share a name with me, you're still different. Yeah? We are so different that our thumbprint is the only one in the whole world. Jesus calls each one by name. So a name is something that we will be talking about every single Sunday. So our series is called Influence Us, and our hashtag will be We Are Influencers, because we have been influenced. Did you know that? We are influenced by people, whether we are aware or not. Those two people that we saw earlier on in the service, right here, remind me your name? Vanessa and, where is he? And Sammy. You're influencing people, but you may find out the reason you're influencing people is because you were influenced by something or by somebody. So throughout this month, we will be looking at different things that will make us be influencers. So we influence others because we have been influenced. Now, how many of you are on social media, like the discipleship team? Do we know all the social media symbols? I'm going to ask the person who is projecting. He will keep putting different ones. And when you see them, shout what that one is. What is on the screen? Is that Zoom? How many people are on Zoom or use Zoom? Let's see by show of hand. Your group may get, no, your group will not get points on this one. But how many people are on Zoom? Use Zoom. Okay, let's put, even me, I use Zoom. Okay, next one. Instagram. How many people are on Instagram? Put your hands up because I want to see how many. I'm not on Instagram, so I don't, now I know that's the word. What is it called? That's the logo, okay? The next one. Facebook. How many people are on Facebook here? OGs only. I understand Facebook has become old. It's not very common now. Niawaze, Fokina Pasaken, and Masitsa. Okay, the next one. TikTok. How many are on TikTok? Vanessa and who else? Everybody is on TikTok. The container are on TikTok. Okay, next one. Snapchat. How many are on Snapchat? Sagina and? Okay, the next one. I just want to see whether you know all this. Netflix. How many of you are watching movies on Netflix? Okay. Next one. Which one is that? Even me, I don't know that one. Which one is that? Showmax. Is it Showmax? It's the new logo for Showmax. Okay. Next one. What's up? At least that one I know. And another one. Next. YouTube. And next. X. Ken. That's how it looks like. Eh? It's no longer Twitter. Next. Is that it? That's the last one. Now, how many of you follow all these social media platforms? Zote. Let's see who follows all those ones that we've shown. Okay, what's your name? Chantel. Chantel is on all of those ones we've mentioned. Now, let me see, most of you said you're on TikTok. Lift up your hand again if you're on TikTok. Okay, how many followers do you have, Vanessa? Do you know how many you have? She doesn't know often. How many followers do you have? 12? How many? 6,000 followers. Hey, Ebu, tell us your name. Unaitwa nini kwa TikTok? Unaitwa nani kwa TikTok? Ha? Simulate your mic atuambie. Come and tell us. Guys, we are talking about influence and followers and following. So it's important we hear. Okay? Tell us your name and Lafu, how many people are following you?
My name is Shadrach.
Shadrach.
Yes.
Okay? And how many people are following you?
6,000.
6,000 flat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sasa hizo zingine naye sijui. About 6,000.
6,000 kwa gani kwa TikTok?
Yes.
Si muangalie kwa TikTok sahi. Unajita Shadrach nani?
Si Shadrach, jina ya TikTok andika kwa chuoda zumbi.
Hey. Ebu andikeni hiyo. Let's confirm. Kwa Jo, ebu uambie tena.
Kwa chuoda zumbi.
Si muangalie. Spell it. Spell.
K.
KWA.
C H A. Unaacha space hapo katikati unaandika A.
Niandikie hapa. Niandikie hiyo nini. Guys, let's check because he's about to get more followers from here. So KWA CH space then WUOD as in wood. Wood. Then Asumbi. ASUMBI. So Kwach Wood Asumbi. Akona followers wangapi? Kwach Wood Asumbi. 8,000. How many are they? 8,000. 4,000. Okay? What are people following you about?
See, mostly.
Ndio hiyo. Aha.
Eka tu hapo utaona tu.
Ati weka hapo tu tutaona.
Kuna videos hapo dancing na hizi ma. Eka tuone.
Kuna blitz hapo kwa hiyo following.
Nini hiyo?
Blitz. Okay, let's appreciate Kwach Wood.
Kwach Wood Asumbi.
Okay, and how many people are you following?
Na follow watu wengi hapo.
Kama wangapi?
Kitu kama 8,000 hapo hivyo.
Kitu kama 8,000 hivyo. Guys, you know, I want you to realize, and thank you, Kwach, for being bold. If we called you up here to come and tell us who you're following and how many people are following you, you may not be as open as he is. Sindio? Because some of you don't want us to know what you're following and who is following you. So let's appreciate Kwach. Thank you. You may have.
Sasa watu wana nini wa follow hapo?
Oh,
bado ma videos ziko.
Sawa. Did you know, guys, did you know that the idea of followers and following started with Jesus? Did you know that? Did you guys know that? That this whole idea of followers and following, who are you following, who is nini nini, it started with Jesus. There is actually a scripture where Jesus asked people to follow him. And this will be our key verse in this series as we continue. The verse is in Mark chapter 1, verse 16 to 20. And I want us to read it together. I hope it will be clear enough for everybody to be able to read. Mark chapter 1, verse 16 says, as Jesus walked beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother Andrew casting a net into lake, for they were fishermen. Jesus said to them, come, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. And what did they do? At once they left their nets and they followed Jesus. They followed Jesus. So when you're following people on Instagram and others are following you, the question we want to be asking ourselves, what kind of things are in you that are making people follow you? And we will check them alongside the things that you said are a definition of what makes people famous. Are people following you because of charisma? Are people following you because of your net worth? Are people following you because of your legacy, of your family, of your looks? Why are people following you? Each single week in this series, we will be looking at habits that the followers of Jesus should have. Because you should have a trait. You should have something that will make people follow you. And so today we will look very briefly on the first habit. And that habit is a follower of Jesus Christ must be prayerful. So the first habit is prayer. Everybody say prayer. Prayer. Okay? Followers of Jesus must pray. What is prayer in your group? Discuss 1 point. What is prayer? Can we wait for Max? 1 minute, not 1 point. What is prayer? What is your definition for prayer? Okay, your definition for prayer? Whatever definition you've come up with, let's see whether it matches with what I'm going to tell you. Who wants to volunteer their answer quickly? Oh, geez, what is prayer? Oh, geez, what is prayer?